And so now we'll talk about word break. Given a string S and a dictionary of strings, word dict return true if S can be segmented into a space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. And we can reuse the same word multiple times. One thing that, or one reason why I'm covering this is because a variation of this was actually in question 2 of the Leetcode contest this past weekend. Or this past Saturday. And yeah, let's dive into how to solve this problem. If you look at this, it's very easy that we can see that the naive recursive solution can be found. So essentially, we could, I like example 3 here. So cats and dog. So cats and dog. Okay, so here we can start by, starting from the beginning and splitting it. So we can split it, and note that greedy doesn't work here. And you can try to match it, but it doesn't work here. You can easily come up with a counterexample. So here we have we can split it up either into cats, since we have that, or we can split it to cats, since that's there. And so that gives us 2 options. So if we just use the first few letters, let's cross that off, and we get sand dog if we use cat, or if we use cats, then we get and dog. And then from here, we can split it to the sand, right? Sand, we get og, and like so forth. So, with the rest of the search tree. And so this is almost a very great solution already. As you can see, once we reach the base case, which is basically there's nothing left, like it's an empty string, we know that this is going to be this is like if we follow it all the way back to the root, that's going to be the words that we've used, and so we can just return true and propagate it all the way up. So there's 2 things we have to sort of remember with this. If we've calculated something before, so if we see that and dog doesn't work, and then if we see it again, you can very well imagine that some calculations are repeated. For example, here, right? If we were to, let's say there is no, or I mean, in this case, it's going to be false, right? So we end on this OG, that doesn't work. And if we go into this branch, and we can see, oh, let's take and, so and is possible. And here we go, we see OG again. So we want to save the result from this calculation, and basically apply it, memoize it. So this is really just a simple backtracking and memoization problem. And then one last thing we have to consider, once we have an answer, let's return it straight away. We don't have to search the other side of the search tree, which will save us a lot of time. And we can get the answer straight away. So let's program this. So first, that's the @LRU cache, basically caches the results of the function calls. So this is one way you can get an easy memoization. Of course, you can always do it with a dictionary, the classic way where you pass in a dictionary and you save the results. But this is the very simple way to do it. And we'll call it, because we're essentially doing backtracking, we're just doing a DFS search. And then the argument we pass into should just be the index, because we are starting where, once we get the cat done, then we're done with that, and we'll start at index, or at a later index in the string. Let's call this I. Okay, so remember what I said about the base case where it's an empty string, and that would occur if I is equals to the length of S. So in this case, we've reached the end of the string, we got the whole string, and then we can return true. All right, what about the recursive case? Let's loop through all the words in word dict. So for word dict, and then if s starts with the word, then we can move on with I. So there's actually a very good function in Python called starts with. So let's do that. And remember, we're not taking all of s, we're taking just the ones that start, or just the end of the string starting from I. So that starts with word. So if this is true, we can then go ahead and do the recursion. So EFS, in this case, it would be I plus the length of the word, right? Because we skip over that word. Continue. If both of these are true, then we know we've arrived at a solution. So let's return true right away. And then from here, if we tried all the words and none of them return true, we can return false. And then all that's left is to return the call. So let's start off at index 0, the very beginning of the string. So not that much code, and let's submit it and see. There we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.